The Pokemon anime is about to drop one of the darkest, most disturbing episodes we've ever seen. Like, I'm talking something that feels straight out of a horror movie, because Pokemon Horizons episode 135, titled Awakening, the catastrophic Laquium Core, is shaping up to be one of the boldest Pokemon anime finales in the entire show. Let's start with the official episode description. Pogogo turns into its stellar form and sends its power to the 18 Pokemon which terrestrialize one after another. Meanwhile, the explorers go all out to prevent the Laquium from getting eradicated. Liko and the others find themselves driven against the wall but still fight on, refusing to give up. However, Spinel then takes a certain action that awakens the Laquium Core. So first of all, that sounds like a massive Avengers level moment with all of our heroes gathering with the Terra team, facing Spinel and the Laquium once and for all. I wonder whether it will just be Spinel fighting against him or whether Indian Rubella and the other explorers grunts will be part of it too. But dude, we've got to talk about the line that changes everything. Spinel takes a certain action that awakens the Laquium Core. And thanks to the preview trailer of the episode, we already know what that certain action is. And it is horrifying, dude. The episode description is vastly understating it, because Spinel doesn't just activate the Laquium. What actually happens is that Spinel willingly allows himself to be consumed by the Laquium Core. We see him reaching out to it and it slowly takes over his body. Spinel fuses into the Laquium, man. Oh my god. This is like something out of the body horror genre. It's so disturbing. The look on Spinel's face says everything. He's truly snapped and lost his mind. He's allowing himself to be physically consumed by the thing that has mentally consumed him for years. He's becoming one with the Laquium, one being. First off, can I just say I absolutely adore the parallel that builds with our heroes becoming one with their Pokemon to face the Laquium, and Spinel becoming one with the Laquium to face our heroes. That's really genius storytelling. It paints a really powerful contrast. And then, through the fusion of Spinel and the Laquium Core, a huge, sentient, alive, unstoppable mass of Laquium forms before our heroes. This is Spinel and the Laquium Core fused into one horrifying, world-destroying being. We see the glint of Laquium in Spinel's eye, and how that then transformed into the huge eye-like monster. I'm gonna call this beast the God of Laquium, because that's exactly what it feels like, you know? Laquium given a god-like sentient form through Spinel's body. That's genuinely terrifying, man. And even with this being the third iteration that Pokemon has given us, I'm still not bored of the whole giant monstrous pink eyeball trope. I mean, to be fair, in general, some of my favourite Pokemon villains are always when humans intervene in nature, creating something unnatural and unstoppable. Think Mewtwo, Metagroudon, now this Laquium god. I love it, man. The preview trailer shows our heroes fighting for their lives to stop this giant beast, knowing the fate of the world is on the line. If the Laquium god and Spinel wins, then they'll certainly spread Laquium all over the world. It would be catastrophic. So with Spinel fusing with the Laquium, I wonder whether he has control of the being, or if he's just a part of it. Maybe it could be a combination of the will of Spinel and the will of Laquium simultaneously. I'm guessing maybe Pogogo can't purify or erase the Laquium Core while it's in this state, so that's why our heroes have to battle it and try and weaken it and defeat it with their Terra team first, like one giant all-out raid battle to allow Pogogo to erase it. We even see Coral, Chouse and Sidian battling the Laquium Core too, so clearly what they learned from their previous battle and seeing Spinel and the Laquium in this state, it must have made them realise that they have to help stop it. The fate of the world is on the line. One thing I'm really curious about is what happens to Spinel's Pokemon. Are they consumed by the Laquium too? Are they still trying to stop our heroes? For me, I think it would be absolutely peak storytelling if Spinel's Pokemon turn against the Laquium, helping to defeat it. Not because they're betraying Spinel, but because they want to save him. They clearly care for Spinel despite how evil he is. So seeing them wanting to stop his rampage and save him from the Laquium, from the monster he's created, that would be so powerful and emotional, man. Such a cool way to give his Pokemon agency. And I love the idea of Liko seeing Spinel's Pokemon trying to save him, and that makes her come to the realization that even the worst people deserve to be saved. She'll feel his Pokemon's emotions, their feelings, their love for Spinel, since, you know, Pokemon's feelings are meant to be her entire dream, even if the writers have forgotten about it. And seeing Spinel's Pokemon's feelings towards him to save him, that could make Liko realize that she wants to save Spinel too. He may be evil and he may not deserve his Pokemon's love, but that doesn't mean he deserves to die like this if she can stop it. We all know Liko has been completely sidelined by the writers this arc, so this could be the moment they give her the spotlight in the biggest way possible. Because what if our heroes, through fighting the Laquium, what if they managed to create an opening in the Laquium, and then Liko and Meowscarada, fueled by Spinel's Pokemon's feelings, charge right in, entering the Laquium Core? Liko could find Spinel deep inside there, fused with the Laquium Core and having lost his mind, and that could be when she has her big final 1v1 battle against him, trying to persuade him to stop what he's doing and to leave with her, and eventually Liko could win that battle and persuade Spinel to save his own life. Liko is the protag of this series. She needs to be the one to make this giant step to win the war, and Pokemon Horizons is way deeper on a storytelling level than just big battles, so allowing the final battle to be like a 1v1 battle but also a philosophical battle between the ideals of Liko and Spinel, that would be so fitting and so peak. It would really tie into Liko's original dream to understand the feelings and emotions of others. And the opening theme literally shows Liko vs Spinel in a 1v1 battle surrounded by Laquium. Maybe this could be what it represented, the final showdown between Liko and Spinel in the Laquium Core. Surely they wouldn't bait us with that scene in the opening theme just to not let it happen, and surely they would give Liko a big final moment like this. So Liko could save Spinel from the Laquium Core and break free with him in such a powerful way, and then that could allow Pogogo and the Terra team to erase the weakened Laquium Core forever, the conclusion to the storyline we've been watching for 3 years. Okay, so I know a lot of fans want Spinel to die, to be erased forever with the Laquium Core, for him to fly way too close to the sun and pay the price, karma, and I get it, trust me, Spinel does deserve that 100%, but I also think that would be taking away a really powerful, pivotal, significant moment for Liko's character. I think Liko needs something here to really shine above everyone. I want Liko to prove that she's better than Spinel, that she doesn't want to kill her enemies just because they took a different path like he does. That wouldn't be her at all, and maybe Spinel's seeing this, seeing Liko risking her life to save him after all he's done, maybe that'll awaken something deep down in Spinel that he didn't know he still had. Humanity. I'm not saying Spinel will be redeemed, no way dude. I think I would drop the show if they suddenly redeemed him and turned him into a good guy. He's definitely going to jail for life if he survives this. But at least that would be a hopeful note to end such a horrifying character on. A tiny glimmer of humanity. Plus, Spinel is the definition of pride, ego, arrogance, so him being forced to live and watch our heroes defeat him, to see the world rejecting his ideals, for all of his work to be undone by our heroes, everything he constructed to collapse around him, that's a way more fitting punishment for that kind of character. Death would be the easy way out if I'm honest. But now that we've talked about this, let's talk about the criticism of this entire thing in the community right now, especially regarding Spinel's character. A lot of fans have really criticised this development, because Spinel's sitting around doing nothing for 45 episodes and then immediately snapping and losing his mind. That does feel incredibly abrupt and out of nowhere, and I definitely agree on that front. The writers could have and should have built up to this moment for Spinel way better than they have. Since the time skip, he's just felt like a manipulative, money-hungry CEO, so the sudden jump from that to him being like, I'm gonna fuse with an apocalyptic substance and become a godlike entity, it does feel very sudden. I think that 2 quotes from him in the past 10 episodes really show the inconsistency in his character writing. In episode 125, Spinel declared that the world will kneel to the explorers, but now in the new preview trailer, Spinel declares that the world will bow down before Laquium. That's a big change in his character motivation that wasn't explored on screen. I think we really needed to see the moment where things twisted for him. It's like he now sees the Laquium as some god that the world should bow down to, when before it felt like he wanted the world to see him like that. In general, Spinel's motivations have been very unexplored and underbaked in Horizons. We still don't really know why he does what he does. We haven't seen a backstory or anything to justify or explain it from his point of view. I really hope we get that in the next 2 episodes, but I doubt there'll be enough time, honestly. And sadly, I think if anything, that will be the thing stopping Spinel from going down as one of the greatest anipoke villains ever. He needed more reason behind what he's doing, and more reason behind his descent into madness. Having said that though, I do disagree with the people who are saying that Spinel would never snap like this and that this is totally out of nowhere, because I think seeds have been planted all throughout Horizons that Spinel would break eventually. He's always had little hints and streaks of something darker and crazier beneath the surface. Think back to his psychotic break when he saw a 6th hero, our Bolivar, for the first ever time. Think back to his reaction to torturing his own Umbreon with Laquium for the first time. It really does seem to be in character for him to have a calm, calculated demeanour on the outside most of the time, but then when he sets his eyes on one of his obsessions, when he lets something go to his head, it is like something snaps in him and his psychotic side shows itself. I'm sure that's what's happening with him getting so close to the Laquium Core for the first time too, that accompanied with the pressure of our heroes trying to stop him. I also think that maybe being under Gibeon's rule pre-time skip kept his crazy psychotic side in check, but then since Gibeon died, Spinel is now the boss. He has immeasurable power, immeasurable money. He's had nobody to keep him in check for an entire year, and that probably led him to ascending into this horrifying, egotistical, psychotic mental state. This kind of psychotic breakdown is what can happen when one person has way too much power for way too long. I don't think that's out of nowhere for him. So yeah, the potential this finale has is unprecedented, dude. The writers are doing something so incredibly bold here, something so new, different, disturbing, horrifying, but it opens the door to the most emotionally impactful final battle we could ever imagine, moving it from being just another generic big battle to instead being about how power can break and corrupt people, and whether people like that truly deserve to be saved. That would be so powerful, man. I just truly hope the writers deliver something that gets me as excited as my own ideas do in this video. Like, I've low-key been cooking here, and I really hope the show is too. So let me know your thoughts on all of this below. Do you hope my ideas end up happening, or do you have your own ideas? And be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I would really appreciate it. Come join our Discord server using the link in the description. And thank you so much to Juscadia, Toten, Not Mini, Hope, Shareborn, J, Finny, Shiny, alongside all my other incredible channel members on screen right now. On that note, thank you all so much for watching, and best wishes until we meet again.